Alright, we are live. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's live stream again, where we're doing Touchdesigner stuff again, because I got a little bit of knowledge of how to do GLSL stuff. So, I know I said the next stream would be doing the sewing machine project, but I lied, because this at the moment is much more fun. So we're going to get started with all this, just some basic setup. I'm going to get our UV map right here. And let's see, let's just do this in the simplest way possible, which is to delete all that. Hopefully you can see all this okay. The UI for this is a little bit funky, and if I pop out the window, it is a little bit tricky. So for now, we're just going to get the UV map with GLSL, which with Touchdesigner, it uses UV capitalized .st. So if we do that, we should see we now have a UV map. So that is, I'm not sure if that's faster than just using the two ramps and all that, but it seems to be okay. And I'll go and delete that part right there because, well, it'll be very hard to screw that up. But now let's go and make the simulation for all this. So let's go and get a feedback loop or two, which we will need two, because one is going to be for our position and one is going to be our velocity. So this one we'll just call this feedback position, and this will be feedback velocity. So we have both of those, even though this one I want this to start out at 0. Oop. So I'm going to use a reorder. Or I could just use a level. That'll probably be... Oh. Level! Oh, come on. It is a bit late here, which it's been quite hot and humid today in my neck of the woods. So I'm like, I don't want to stream early today. It's not exactly the nicest out there. Yeah, we'll do that. And let's add in a keyboard in. Let's make sure, yep, OBS is recording all okay. Keyboard in so that we can go and reset feedback loops, chop reference. And yep, that's good. So now let's go and get the main GLSL. So this one will be our simulation GLSL. So we're gonna put this into, whoops, input 1, input 2, and then we're going to have two outputs, but we will have to set that up later, but we're going to use render select twice. So should I label these like, render select position? Yeah, I think that'll be good. So this one will be velocity. Okay. So we have that, and I think we'll view this one as... Well, nothing's connected yet, so we'll wait on that real quick. So let's go into the terminal here, which again, there's probably a better way of viewing these, but popping out the window, OBS won't record it, so we gotta do it this way. So with this one, first of all, we're going to make it so that we can have two outputs. So we're going to make the frag color array have two items. So here we're just going to do that. Copy this so that we'll have two outputs. This one will be index 1 and this will be index 0 because remember indices start at 0. See, can you see this all right? I can actually go and hide the palette to get a little bit more real estate back. Yeah. And I haven't found out... Oh yeah, I should look into how to actually full screen the window, because right now it refuses to full screen. But yes. So we have both of those, so let's go and put that in. And here we have the first color, which is the index 0 right there, so let's go and uncomment that. But I want this to be 3D instead of 4D, so we're going to do this. Make this vec3, and then we're just going to put this in parentheses. And we're going to copy that over to here. So this one will be our, well, this one will be our position. And then the second one will be our velocity because we need those inputs. So we have two, I guess in Blender terms, stored named attributes. Again, I'm coming to this from the geometry nodes mindset, which is probably a bit incorrect, but well, actually no, it should be fine. The math is math. So if we have all that, we'll see that no matching overloaded function. Oh. Ah, that's because we need to change these to be vec4s, of course. Because if you try to just put a vec3 into vec4, it complains. So if I do, actually, do I need to put in the alpha manually? I probably do, but just to check. Yeah, of course we do. So we put in the position, which is vec3, and then the alpha we'll just have as 1.0. I really apologize, oops, if you cannot see anything right here. Maybe there's a way to make the text a bit bigger. Actually, wait. There's view, but well, I'll worry about that another time. If we do this, we should see, yep, that part is working as intended. So now we're going to connect the GLSL to this one, and we need to make sure that this is the second input. But we can see that this throws an error, which is there's no color buffer for the specified index. That's because I forgot to set the number of color buffers. That's very important. So if we do that, we can see that that's working. Nice. So now we have our setup for, well, I guess simulations, but we need to actually go and make the simulation, or make the velocity affect the position. So here we will increment the position using plus equals. I do have a cheat sheet on the side here so that I can see all that. Let's see. You can open a side panel and choose to display code/text, or right click the text that and click open, I think. To assume yes. So there's view, and then there's parameters. No, not parameters. There's view, but I don't think you can see that in OBS. No, you cannot. That is unfortunate. Again, I am still very, very new with Touchdesigner, so that UI I'm not good at whatsoever. That one, there's edit file, and then auto detect. But yeah, I think we'll run with this for now. Alex, oh hello Alex, how's it going? I made Facerum without using GLSL, and I was like, that was a bit of a pain, so let's go and do GLSL. So we want this, and you know, so far it hasn't been bad. I just needed to make a Google spreadsheet with all of the functions that it has so that I could just reference them and not get the spelling wrong. And I want this to be times delta time, so I'm going to put in a float. Now, uniforms I haven't practiced enough with, but they should be fairly simple, but I'm just going to do delta time manually here, just because it is faster. So I'll make this 1 divided by 60, do all that. So now the position should affect that. It compiled successfully. And now we have that. So here, if we go and change this so that the view is points, we can see that. Now this happened before. For some reason, the points just don't appear, which they started appearing a little bit after, but I was a little confused. Oh, right, and the feedbacks aren't connected. Let's go and actually attach the feedbacks. Do that. Yeah, no, for some reason that it's not displaying, but it will. I think things just need to start changing. So I guess first of all, let's go and try to make it so that the particles will try to go towards the center. So this will be vec3 center. I want to get the offset to the center, and then I need to normalize it and do all that fun stuff. So we'll have the position minus 0.5. I forget, do you actually need to put the 0 there? Or is that just good practice? Okay, so I don't need to, but since I see everyone else actually putting the 0 in there, we'll call that and do that. So the velocity, we need to increment that with our forces, which I have not specified, but we will do that later. So vec3 forces equals whatever I want. But we need our center force, which I want to make it so that it doesn't go straight to the center because that's just too easy. I want to make it so that it actually goes to a sphere surface, and eventually I'm going to make it so that the velocity will reflect properly, because that should be very doable with all this. So let's do vec3 or vec3 center force. Yeah, let's call it that. So here we need to normalize the center, and then multiply that by the length. We're gonna need quite a few parentheses, but by the length of the center. And almost misspelled stuff, which, it's good I'm doing this. My typing has been abysmal for so long because I've been doing so much in Blender, where you don't need to type. Like, I could go a long time without having to manually type stuff besides, like, named attributes. So it's good that I'm finally doing this. So length, minus 10. Actually, no, wait. Actually, that might work. Then forces equals, well, we'll just do center force and also do this. So we'll increment with that, but it may be a bit much. Well, let's give it a go and see what happens. Okay, yes, it is way too much. So we'll have center force times 0.1, and let's hit the reset. Okay, so we can see stuff is happening. But for some reason that I don't understand, the, I fail to understand why the view is not working. Because that one works. But when I try to make it so that it's viewing that as points, it doesn't. I'm going to, maybe I just need to attach a null. Oh, it's acting weird again. There we go. Yeah, let's just have a null as the output and then try to view that as points. So view, let's have this be... Okay, that worked. Maybe it's just the... that's just a little bit funky with all of it. So the velocity is not affecting the position. Why is that? Vel times delta time, and the forces should be affecting that, yes. So, yeah, why is that not occurring? What's the forces? Oh wait, is this just becoming, like, infinitely big at the moment? Yeah, that's probably what's happening. Or no, it's not affecting the actual position. Okay. I misspelled something. So position, yeah, position equals input 1, which is that, yes. And then it's outputting to input, or input 0, and then outputting to output 0. Yes. So, are you getting, yeah, you should be getting the right one. I'm doing something wrong, which, for some reason, coding for me, like, it's harder for me to debug because I just can't see all the stuff going everywhere with the lines and boxes. But this gives me all the math I need. So, it should be fine. Yeah, position is that is that. What is the problem here? So, the center force is apparently doing its job. It's been compiled successfully. So, what is the issue at hand? I mean, I could just make this 10 minus to invert that, and then maybe I'll do what I want. It's just making more velocity, but the velocity just isn't affecting it. Again, position is incremented by the velocity times the delta time, and that is 1 divided by 60. So maybe that's the problem? Yes, it was. 1 divided by... So that wasn't outputting anything? A little weird. And of course, we got a nice little 1 divided by 60. Use function syntax on a variable. What? Oh, because I need to do that. 1 divided by 60, yeah. So is it, just not effective enough? Is that the problem? 12 times delta time. So, I guess we'll just try 0.1. See how that works. I mean, it is doing stuff now. We can see it's having a whale of a time. And by all accounts, it does seem to be working. But let's make it so that the velocity will actually settle now. So we'll just take the, again, this will be our damping force. We'll do this times equals, and then we'll do 0.95. Again, that's not using delta time because damping in delta time is a huge pain. Wait. Wait. That should be completely spherical. Why is it square? Well, we can see that, at the very least, it's working, which is good. I just don't know why it's acting a little bit odd. Like it stabilizes. But it should be perfectly spherical. It's getting the length to the center, and then, yep, that's working as intended. Normalize, and then it's doing all that. So I'm going to try doing this again. Ooh! Not what I want, but dang, that looks pretty cool. So, something about that... I could just go and do this. But then that just gives us where we were before. And it really likes to zoom out a lot. So, delta time we'll put to 0.01, even though that's probably way too much. There it is. Okay. Also, the forces should also be multiplied by delta time. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. So, for simplicity's sake, well... We'll leave that as is for now. And then we'll go and put this as 10 minus that. Reset it again. Okay, so now it'll stabilize. So the thing is, we could put in... Let's go and put in some noise for input here. And we're going to have to make sure that this is not monochrome, 0 offsets. Then here, nearest pixel, 32-bit float, all that fun stuff. And then the resolution, could remap it, but let's not tempt fate at the moment. So let's go and put that into there and see what happens. There we go. So we can see... Oh, well, I guess that kind of makes sense. It does kind of make sense. Initial velocity, and then it just kind of gets stuck there. Though... I mean, we could use the third input for forces, because that would probably work. So if we want like a noise texture or something along those lines... Actually, no, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Or would it? Unless I want to GLSL literally everything. That probably wouldn't be the best idea. Oh, let me read the chat, because I've been ignoring that once again. Be careful on line 12, you should wrap the 0.5 with vector 3, so vec3 0 5. Perhaps a 0.5. Oh, what, here? We vec3. Oh, okay, so vec3. Okay. So it just needs, a little bit of help when it comes to that. Okay. So whenever I do so, okay. I just need to be a little bit more careful with all of those. And with this, I could probably set that so that's 10.0, which, does that change the result? Maybe. But if I set this also to vec3, again, I may be misinterpreting what you were saying. Uh-oh. Syntax error on 13. Ah, that's why. So maybe that also happened. No, but that's a flow. I specified that as a float, so that should be fine, I think. On some operating systems, or depending on the GPU driver, that won't compile properly. For addition and subtraction, you should be explicit, but no need for multiplication and subdivision. Oh, that's quirky. Very quirky. I should have the noise code, because I could just... Let's see, that's the bottom input, right? Noise coordinate map. I could just do this, and then have the third input here for forces. So we can just have our noise force. Like, I'm assuming GLSL has... Does it have a noise function by default? Well, we'll just use this for now. So this will be input force. There we go. And this will be 2. So our forces will be center force plus input force. So if we do that, we should see... Oh, keep putting a 1 there. So here, yes, we can see that the noise is affecting everything. So let's go and make the noise, you know, just a little bit... Oh, that's not inheriting that. Okay. Here, let's go and turn the period way up, amplitude way down. Oh! Unexpected. Not complaining. Well, this deserves some trails. Oh, right, I need to go and set up that. I need to set up the renderer. You made the sun. Yes, that's quite fun. I'm going to save this because I have not saved this yet. File. Save as. GLSL. Sun, I guess. Yeah, we'll call that. That'll be fun. Save as. There we go, we're back. So with all these particles, let's actually go and render these. So we're going to need a camera. We have the geometry, but we need to go into here. The thing I keep forgetting is that I need to set the render. Let's go and get the rectangle. I apologize that you can't see the thing there, but we need both of those there. And then let's go and use a transform right there. Actually, I should be using chops more, but I'm still not fully used to it. So let's go out of the group. I really love that. That's in Houdini and other programs. Like, I think it's in Unreal as well. But we don't have that in Blender yet. Okay, so we need to render... Alright, okay, that is correct. So images, let's go... Actually, no. It is common 1024 by 1024. Very nice, very good. Take a look at that. All that's good. Let's go and get a material constant. Put it all into there. Material. So here we'll put the alpha down, but we need to enable... Is that in here or render? I forget where the blending is. Actually, it'll probably tell me there. Okay. What's the... Oh, wait. Do I just have to enable it in the material? Ah, there we go. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Okay. So with instance, we need to turn instancing on. We need to drag you into there. We need you to be R, G, and B. Oh, RGB. I should label this to be sim out or sim null. Yeah, that'll be a bit better. Yes. Okay. So if we do this, we should see that something's happening. So the camera, do we need to adjust this by a little bit? Here, let me open up the chat again. Let's set this to be 0.5, 0.5. We should be seeing something. So maybe the alpha is just way too low. Ah, yes, the alpha was low. But when we set up a feedback loop, should be fine. So feedback, just need to add. We'll make that as the initial parameter to make it stop complaining. So just a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Let's go and add an A level, as we normally do. That into there, plug you into there, plug you into there, yada yada. And when we do this, we should see that something... Oh. Excusez-moi. Or, okay, let's have a null as the output there. Oh, wait, that's the feedback. There we go. We should see... Okay, so something is happening. Let's set the range to be 0.95. There we go. have the output there be that, and then turn off that. So I guess the trails are working, but the particles are just moving too fast to be properly trailed. A shame, really. Renaming the null breaks the connection. Yeah, but it does seem to have a little prompt to fix that, which is nice. So, You're moving too fast. So, we don't need to worry about you, even though I will set you to be like 0.99. No, that's too much. And you... Okay, so you are still render... Ah, good, okay. Oh, and that's... Yeah, because I set the thing to 10. Okay. So we just need to go into here and change a few things. So I think... Let's see. I think setting you to be 0.5 may be applicable. So we'll just do that. And then for our noise over here. Ooh, the noise is very, very small. There we go. Okay. So we can see... Ooh, okay. We're in business. We're in business. Okay. We're getting it. So let's go over to you and turn the alpha to be like 0.1. We are in business. Nice. Let's go and adjust the camera, because like even that's looking very cool. Let's set that to be 2. Okay. Still moving a little bit too fast to properly pick up on everything. Let's set that to be 0.9. Okay. So maybe we do a reorder and a hue shift. Moving just a tad too fast. I could make it so that the noise evolves over time, which, if, Alex, if you are still here, do you know of a good place to find every single, like, environment variable that Touchdesigner uses for chops and stuff? Like I think yesterday, it was you or someone else who gave, like, the absolute time dot something something. I have yet to find a list for all that, but I'm going to make a nice spreadsheet for all of it. Oh, that looks amazing. That is quite cool. So we can make that simplex 4D. So do we add the velocity into that? Because that could be cool. Because translating it in 4 dimensions gives us this very interesting effect. We could just make it evolve constantly over time. Or I could... Oh, I could do a lot, couldn't I? Yes. I could make a uniform so that I can move the sphere, because I do have my controller plugged in. Yes, let's go and try to get a uniform working. So, uniform, let's do a nice little copy here, and this will be vec2, and the name will be, or, yeah, joystick, yeah, just joystick. And then we'll enable it, and there will be nothing in there because we have to go into here, vectors. We'll make this, stick, even, well, yeah, that should be fine. And then I could put in the chop for that, and I assume that will get the first 2 values, and then we can actually use that in the thing. So the oh, accidentally knocked over my chapstick. So the expressions are Python. Touchdesigner has its own Python functions as well. On their wiki, you can see every Python class and all members and functions for each class. Okay. I'll need to make a nice little cheat sheet for all that as well. Look at this. This is going to be quite cool. Okay, so let's go and get the chop for the joystick. Joystick, or wait. Stick. So here we got, yep, it is working, nice. So we just need to enact U and have y-axis be there, chop reference, and U as a chop, oh, nope, and U. Come on, buddy, work with me here. Chop reference, there we go. So now we should see that that is working as intended. So now I can move the sphere wherever I want. Now it won't remember where it is in space unless I keep modifying that. Here, this will be position 0.5. Yeah, let's just go and put you into there. Plus 3, and this will be joystick. Joystick, comma, 0.0, because it has to be a vec3. Okay, what is the problem? Shoot, I completely forgot what I just did. Let's try this again. This would be a part of the time class if I remember correctly. Okay, I will look that up. So, joystick. Shouldn't have that as a capital because joystick is one word. Even though it's made out of 2. That needs to be a 3 as well, because I just did that. Yep. Comma, 1.0, and then we do that. Okay, no overloaded function. It's a vec2. And then we have a vec2 in that. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. And 14. Syntax error, unexpected semicolon. Wait, what? Expecting right parenthesis. Oh. Ah. That makes sense. So that's working, and uh-oh. What's your problem? Joystick. Ah, okay, because we just gotta do this. Okay, we got it now. Let's go and save, reset. So now, oh, let me unwind my controller cable. Oh, that's fun. Now it is a little bit much, so I will have to tone it down. We are having that move. Wait, why is the camera so close? Did I accidentally undo? No, it's still 0.5. Why is the camera not? Did I accidentally move it? No, I didn't move the camera in. Okay, we'll just do that, and then with you... I mean, I could make it so that the joystick input is delayed, because I assume that I can... Actually, no, I can't feed back the uniform because I don't have a channel going through that. And also, I'm assuming GLSL has feedback functionality, but one step at a time for the moment. For the moment. Okay. Whee. Okay. So that's fun. Let's do a reset. Don't need you doing anything else right now. Okay. So we got a setup that works. Particle systems with GLSL. So, oh right, I need to look at the Touchdesigner time class Python. Let's go and take a look. Nope, that's the time comp. Ah, here's the Touchdesigner Python cheat sheet for developers. Uh-huh. Yep, all that. Yep. Leaving the node's local frame number. Oh, absolute time seconds. There we go. Okay. That is very bright. I found that I needed to take information and put it in my own Google Sheets because it is just a bit too fast. Yeah, maybe a bit. We'll do divide by 10. just to slow it down just a little bit. Also, wait a minute. Why does it seem like all this initializes at like 0, 0? Oh, wait, no, because the... Yeah, I forgot. Or no, wait a second. Yeah, no, that should be just 0.5. But on here... No, it is around 0.5. Just a little... Looking a little weird. Okay, let's go over to feedback. No, if we want to go to camera, let's zoom in the camera a bit. Oh, perfect. First try. So now that we have the trails, we could apply a hue shift, we can do a reorder, but it looks so fancy. You love to see it. Okay, what else? What else are we going to do? Actually, I'm going to update the stream image. 1 second, everyone, while I go and update the stream image to make it more representative. Now, I have thought that doing these Touchdesigner streams will shake my, shake the audience from what I'm currently doing. Because it's like, oh, I'm a Blender channel for the time being. Let's go and change this to be the right picture. There we go. That is working. Now let's go back to the main scene. Okay. So with a little bit of GLSL, like, it is a shame that Touchdesigner tops don't have like a dedicated vector math node, because that would be extremely useful without someone having to go and dive into the GLSL and have to make an entire Google sheet for all of it. But it's not that complicated, just my brain's like, oh no, code, there's so much easier things to do than code. I like the lines in the boxes. But it's not that bad. I just need to get my rear in gear. Okay, so what do we do now? I mean, we could just do the we could add color to the trails. So we could do a reorder into an HSV. So let's go to an HSV adjust, then a reorder. Reorder, where are you? There you are. So here we'll plug you into there, plug you into here. Then here we want the red to be 0. Alpha, well, that's just fine all by itself. So we'll have all that. Initial ones will be white, which I don't think we can see it at this point because it's so faint. But let's go and get our hue offset. That's all that's needed, just a simple hue offset, and then everything looks like $1,000,000. Then we can throw on a cheeky bloom after the fact. And then we can see the magic. That's a bit much, though. Bloom S-curve, bloom threshold. Is there a... Well, there's a bloom intensity. I want to limit the max bloom radius. Bring it down maybe a little bit. Bloom intensity, maybe bring that down. Though maybe this could be a nice orange instead. Oh wait, I could just use... Wait. I could use a level to... do it a bit easier. Or no, with that... range RGBA, so... do we just... Ooh, that's cool. Way too much, but cool nonetheless. We limit U so that we can mix in that, so we can go and tone down the green for a nice magenta look. That's just fine. We can dial it in a bit better. So we can do that. Let's go and turn the blue down, maybe a bit of this, because I want a very... Oh, that looks incredible. Okay, let's wait for it to settle. Then we can have the very nice magical look. Now, how do I make the particles actually find each other in space? As far as I know in GLSL, it doesn't have a function to like find nearest neighbor. And again, on the GPU, that's probably a pain. But I have seen it done. So wait, actually, can we push the resolution even further? I'm not sure we can because this is the light version, but let's give it a shot. So 2048. We can, apparently. Okay. Well, that's a bit more than expected. Seems to be a lot less cohesive, but again, quite cool. So, my computer fan is now running because actually, let me go and break out the calculator real quick. 2048 to the power of 2 equal. Oh, nope, I did that wrong. Let's clear this. 8 times 2048 equals. We have 4 million particles running at the moment. Okay, that is fun. Man, Blender would absolutely break. And also, this is rendering geometry for each part here. Wow. So many particles. I mean, actually, wait, let's go and turn the harmonics down and set the material to be 0.01. So we should see... I thought we would see a little bit more. Okay, it's just way too many particles. So I'm going to revert the change. Okay, so we can push it even further, but for now, I don't think we need to. There we go. Let's bring it down a little bit. Actually, what happens if we were to do like 1? Okay, we'll still do stuff. So we can set the amount of particles. Let's go and set this again. Let it run. Man, all this in real time. It feels weird having this much power. This would be pretty cool if you could animate it inside a bottle to make some sort of magical potion effect. Yes. Though at this point, I would probably just export this as an image sequence and then just put it inside Blender. I think I might have missed my calling as like a VFX element creator. Even though this is, again, Particles 101. But I could do so much more. Because again, I do want to make the particles actually bounce off of a sphere. Oh, and also, wait, I forgot that I added in this functionality. So, yeah, I can make it so that they actually bounce off the sphere. That is amazing. Oh, there... Can I make this a line renderer instead? Because here it is just a constant, which we can see that that's referencing that. Draw priority, wireframe color. Like, if I were to get a line mat... Let's see. And if we connected that into there, I would assume that this would, like, crash immediately. Yeah. Delete, 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 delete. Come on, buddy. Too many particles. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Oh, and it just straight up broke. Oh, because I deleted way too much, apparently. Oh, because I hit delete, delete, delete. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so here I think we'll bring you down, and then we'll bring you two over. So we just have our little simulation network in there where we can do pretty much everything, I think. So it is a bit annoying to, you know, be in a node-based program and not use too many nodes. Like, I was thinking, oh, maybe I could just make a GLSL, like, function for all the functions and just have a switch so that you can change it from, oh, like fraction, this, that, so that I could still use just nodes. But just have GLSL as like the backbone, but I think that would be probably very inefficient compared to everything else in here. Did I break anything really essential in here? Because it feels like I did. The look is different. Ah. 0? Okay, it just wasn't, .1? Ah, okay, we're back. We are back. Okay, good. Anything else I should do? I don't know. Pretty much got what I wanted for today. So I still want to make them bounce off the floor. Or a sphere or a floor. I think a floor would be better in this case, because I want to use vector math reflect. So can I go and copy this? Yes, I can. So we'll just keep this over to the side. Just kind of save it. GLSL 3 pixel, yeah. And over here, we'll go and just change this. So for the velocity, I'm going to make it so that it will reflect off the floor. So do if statements exist in here. Or if else statements. Else. Oh, whoop. Let's see. Okay, nope. Syntax error. Expected to write parenthesis. Actually, I'm gonna look this up. GLSL if statement, because I have not put that in my notes. The mix. Optimize if else, Stack Overflow. I mean, there does seem to be a mix, though that might be a bad idea. One second, everyone, while I go and check all this out. So if that, and then an else if, but I just want an else. Okay, so what I did looks to be kind of almost correct, but okay. Well, let's take a look. Oh, the simulation appears to have collapsed. Oh, right, because it's not doing anything right now. Okay, let's get this back up and running. So it does have a syntax error at the moment. So if we'll make a position, which one is Y? Y is up in this case, is less than 0.0. Just do this and that. And is it okay? Oh wait, that worked that easily? Okay, I thought there was another error, but it just needed a little bit of information there. Okay, so if that's like that, else we can just continue, but I think for now we'll just do, let's see, reflect, and we may set the position as well. Reflect, vel and vec3. Our vector for this will be 0.0 for x, 1.0 for y, and 1.1 for z. So if we do that, okay, we get a compilation error. Wait, 1.0. Let's see. Expecting a oh, right, we need to close it off. So, is that actually working right now? If it goes less than 0.5, is it actually reflecting, or is it going the wrong way? Because my order of statements might be incorrect. Or no, val. Val needs to equal. I need to get better at typing. What happened to you? Pause. Are you okay, buddy? Oh, looks like that broke. Our render is doing just fine, so I'm not going to worry about that. Also, in the statement, I need to make it so that... Here, let me just press enter on that because it's easier for me to read. Else, we don't need anything else right now, so that should be fine. We'll go and do that. Actually... we probably should do this after the position gets applied. Yeah, no, that we need to do it after. And then position dot y equals 0.5. So if we do that, assuming it is okay, it looks like it's working. Yeah, and then... oh, wait. Oh, if it's less than... why did I do 0? There we go. Well, it's doing something. I think I got the order wrong on this. Or maybe I need to do a vector projection. Oh, and that was wrong as well. Or no, wait. That was wrong, and then that is right. Okay, there we go. So now, it is, yeah, doing its job. The particles are now reflecting off the floor we've given it. Although, maybe it should be a vector rejection instead of a straight-up reflection. You know? And I could normalize it so that they actually slide. Let's go and copy this camera so that... you'll love to see it. Okay. Nope, wrong one. CV. Let's keep that one just on the sideline so that we can go and play around with it later. Still don't know what's up with you. Let's go and activate it so that we can change our perspective a little bit. Why are you so far out from the Z-axis? Did I accidentally mess around with the wrong thing in here? Let's see, so the center position is vector 3.05. Oh, and why did I set that to be 1? I want that to be... okay, that explains a bit. Maybe it's because I keep pressing 1 while it's technically still active. Okay, so let's go and just zoom in a wee bit. Come on, buddy, you can do it. And it doesn't want to zoom in anymore. It keeps doing that for some reason. It's like, no, I don't really want it. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, buddy. Must have pressed something wrong. Let's do... can I view this properly? Display option. Guides and markers. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Home selected. No. Toggle shaded, select viewport, perspective viewport, top viewport, right viewport. Yeah, no. Okay. And now it's not really responding to anything else I'm trying to do. I'm assuming I just pressed the wrong button. Top viewport, nope. Home selected. So it is homed in right now, but... okay, I'm just going to delete you for the time being. Actually, where is... Okay, it's referencing camera 1. So let's go and CV camera 3. There we go. And now with this one, I should be able to manipulate it just fine because I did not do that one thing that it dislikes. Okay. Go. So it's still doing that. Maybe I should make it so that the sphere force field is a bit less when it gets closer to the mid plane right there. And our start thing right here is not exactly ideal, so I can just do a cheeky 0.5 right here and call it a day. There we go. Very nice. So now we have it all moving around almost perfectly. Look at that, that's looking pretty cool. They are bouncing off the floor, right? Yes, it appears to be so. So we're almost at an hour, so I think I'll call it soon. Oh, I need to use a cross product. Actually, let me check my cheat sheets. 1 second, everyone. I actually did not have that open for a while. Let's see. Does it have a cross product? Control F, cross. Yes, it does. Okay. So we can get a cross product, normalize it, and then have that as another force. Nice. Very, very good. So yeah, let's do forces, and that it's a center force plus an input force plus a cross product of the normalized position. So normalize position times 0.1. And I think I threw in another 1 in there by accident. Compile error. Okay, yep. And what's there? A matching overloaded function. Cross prod. Oh, right. I forgot the second thing. So vec3. Let's go and just do that. So this will be 0.0, comma 1.0, comma 0.0. All right. So that part's working. Nice. A little bit much though, so let's go and tone that down by a bit more. 0.1. There we go, because we want just a gentle... wait a minute. Oh, we need to, subtract. Or... Wait, we have our center. And... yeah. Center, or... wait. No, that's fine. There we go, okay. Yeah, I could make the center 0, 0, but... still thinking in texture space rather than... Ooh! That's cool. Do I make the particles reflect off the sphere? Because I could do that now. Well, no. We are pretty much at an hour, so I think I'll call that here for now. But this was very successful. I probably will turn off the reflection, the floor reflection soon. Actually, yeah, let's do that right now. It's good that we had that, but let's just go and turn it off for now. Here we go. Let it go again. So now we just have the magic running. And it does pull up because of the cross product. Okay. Let's connect our other camera into there and adjust it. This will be our main adjusted camera. We'll just do that so that's a bit more centered. Do that so we can have all the magic just flowing through the system. And here, can I... Oh, we can do that. Oh. For some reason, I thought that was a C++ only thing. And we'll do that. There we go. There we go. So just comment that out. And we got all that. And I still need to figure out... maybe just turn down the sphere force. I think we're in a good place. Again, I can still move this around dynamically, though it's a bit much at the moment. Maybe I'll tone it down in here. So the joystick times 0.1. This will be times 0.1. I do like how easy it is to do all this. I know that's way too little. We need to just make it 0.5, 0.5. This is amazing. I am loving this. So yeah, we can turn down the sphere force a little bit more. Center force is that, and center force is all that, yada yada. I forget which way the syntax goes, so if I do this, it should be fine, right? Without affecting everything else. Yeah, that seems to be working okay. So that's good. It is trying to keep that kind of sphere shape, but it's just a little bit less than I would like. So let's go and set that, run it again. Yeah, just toning it down a little bit. It still has, well, no. Set it to 0.85. 85%. Not bad. Not bad at all. Maybe a few other colors. Let me just copy you, bring you up. Or no, we need, whoop, nope. We need a better hue shift. Is it just not lasting long enough for a proper hue shift to happen? Because I want it to make it look like the trail is doing that. So slight. Oh wait, it's because of the level, right? I forgot. Well, I guess I just need to put the level in here instead of over there, right? So we have that. And, well, we need an initialization for the feedback, so we'll do that. So here we have this, and now... there we go. Okay, now we're going psychedelic. It's okay, but I could do so much more with it. Ooh, wait. Wait, why... why is it doing that? I mean, I'm not fully against it. But why? Is it just changing so suddenly that it's going through the entire spectrum? And we're just seeing fragments of it? Because that is actually pretty cool. I will say. Yeah. It's cool, but not quite what I'm going for just yet. We put it into the blue. Now let's keep it on the red. Maybe more in the teal. Oh yeah, I'm liking that a bit better. Then the bloom is doing its job. The hue shifting is a bit strong. We could make it so that the saturation goes down over time. No, the saturation is what's causing all that to happen. I'll need to look into all that. But we got somewhere good. Need to just, man, the increments there are so tiny. Just need to tone that down by a bit. Just enough so that we get some nice color variation without it being super overpowered. Maybe a little more into the purples. Yeah. I'll need to look into that a bit more, but for now... it's okay. It's okay. Nope. Maybe a bit more. Nope, wrong one. One just to make it a bit brighter. Yeah, there we go. So that's good enough for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed a little exploration into the magic. How much magic? But yes. Do that 1 or 2, 3. All right. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Ooh, I like that quite a bit. Even though the saturation is a little bit too much. Let's go and tone that down. Keep delaying the end of the stream. Alright, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.